Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. You may be surprised why I am wearing a mask in this video. Well, I'm doing this to quickly give you an illustration of what a Ponzi scheme looks like and LSSC's grand plan. That is the Lightning Shed Scooter Company. This is their grand plan. And I'm making this video because of this comment from Tommy. Tommy says, "Don't be fooled by anyone, people. Scammers only take and take with no gain. With LSSC, you make profit on top of profit. So I don't understand why you guys letting some guy outsmart you, guy. Come on, be brighter." Now, let me explain how Ponzi schemes work, okay? I am the creator of this particular Ponzi scheme called LSSC. Now these are my pawns. These are people from the US and these are people from, let's say, another part of the world, okay? So what I need to do as a Ponzi scheme creator is to tell these people to join my program. So when this person, the first person, joins my program, I collect his money. Let me show you. Remember the black people from the US and this one, people from other parts of the world. So what I need to do, I will advertise my Ponzi scheme to all of them, telling them, promising high return on investment, okay? Now, when I advertise, I have to now drop this. The first person gives me his money, okay? So Tommy, for instance, gives me his or her money. So I collect Tommy's money. Tommy is now part of the program. Tommy goes, remember I'm wearing a mask, so Tommy does not know my face. Tommy does not know who I am. But because I have promised Tommy high return on investment, Tommy gives me her money, okay? And I collect Tommy's money. And then Tommy goes, and I tell Tommy, look, if you get me more people, I will give you a referral commission. And then Tommy goes on and invites her family member. So her family member gives me more money. I take out of that money and I pay some to Tommy. And then Tommy's family's member or Tommy's downline or referral has to bring in more people. So as more people join, they pay me, the faceless guy, and then I keep paying these people. At a certain time, they would give me so many people and I end up closing down the Ponzi scheme. So that is how a Ponzi scheme works.
Now guys, I've just illustrated to you how Ponzi schemes work. Now, for you to have this illusion that scammers will only take and take with no gain, that's just an illusion. Let's look at different scams that succeeded in recent times, and then let's answer the question, do scammers just take and take without giving you? No, that's not true. Especially if the scam is designed as a Ponzi scheme. Okay, let's look at it. Seebex came in, they gave people, made people, good money. Those people, they bought the trust of those people. The people who got paid, the initial investors who got paid, invited new people or recruited new people, and that's how the scam was successful. Okay, let's talk about glide scooters, or what is it called, right? Someone mentioned it, a Pulse Glide. So Pulse Glide, they operated a similar business model as LSSC, and this was very prominent in South Africa. What happened? They told people they were into scooter rental, and people invested into the company, ended up scamming people millions of dollars. We can go on and on where Ponzi scheme actually paid people money. And not everyone, the initial investors. So like I said, when you guys join your Ponzi scheme, you give the faceless guy your money, and this faceless guy takes your money, and then he waits. When new people join, he gives you their money, right? And that's how these Ponzi schemes work. You need to understand this fact, guys. Now, what are we saying? There are some people saying don't talk down on LSSC when you have not experienced it. Honestly speaking, if I need to experience something to carry out my investigation, then that shows I don't know what I'm doing. Now listen, we are asking specific question. Show us the face behind the marks. That is the first question. And you can rephrase that question to be, who is the founder and the CEO? So right now, you all are giving your money to the masked guy. The guy wearing the mask is collecting your money. Yes, he may be paying you right now, but you need to know the face behind the mask. So if anything happens, you have a form of insurance to say, look, we have a name. But now you don't have no name. You just putting your money in a faceless company. Your managers refuse to tell you who the owner and founder and CEO of this company is. Yet you decide to ignore the warnings and trust the company. Okay, fine and good. But do not come here to tell me that that question is not a valid question. Just like many of these promoters are making it look like. Number 2, show us the rental logs. Because it appears as though there is a heavy dependence on multi-level marketing and recruitment of new members, as against the claim that the company makes its money from scooter rentals. So what will happen when we see these rental logs? What will happen is we will now carry out a complete audit of the rental logs, how much the company is really making from rentals, and compare it to the return on investment, the very high return on investment that the company is giving out at the moment. So we compare the figures and see what exactly is happening. So a company just comes, promise you high return on investment, is paying out already according to some, and you are not seeing the rental logs, nothing, but you are okay recruiting people as long as you are getting paid. So the question is, what happens if this company turns out to be a fraudulent company and scams the people you are inviting? Because we are clearly seeing signs of a Ponzi scheme operation. And if we are not careful, and if we don't ask the right questions, these people would go scot-free like others in the past. This is not the first time we are seeing this. Number 3, heavy dependence on crypto. Why is crypto the only form of payment? I've seen some people say, oh, because it's a global company and blah 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 blah. That's all bullshit. Tesla is a global company, Microsoft is a global company, Google is a global company, Apple is a global company. I can invest in Apple stocks from anywhere in the world, and I don't even need to use crypto, right? And in Tesla, for instance, there was a particular period that crypto payments were accepted, but that did not eliminate fiat payment with fiat. Go and fact check what I'm saying. Crypto payments were accepted at a certain time. You could do business with the Tesla company, Elon Musk, with crypto payment. I don't know if it's still in operation, but even at that time there was no that didn't eliminate fiat. But now only crypto we are talking. Because why? Scammers want to remain anonymous as possible. That is the truth. But if they implement a fiat payment, then the government can trace this payment to an account, to a person, to a company, and so on, right? So this is a huge problem, and these are the things we are calling out. And then last but not the least, amongst other red flags, we have seen a pattern with these scam companies where the apps that they use for their operations is not available on the App Store or the Play Store. And we think this is another move to maintain that anonymity that these scammers so desire. Now, if we're asking these questions and some of you are in the comments saying that these questions are irrelevant because you are getting paid, that means it's a legitimate business, then something is wrong. Something is fundamentally wrong with you, because the fact that you are getting paid is not proof of legitimacy. I've noticed that, after some of our videos where we destroyed their MSB registration, they no longer put that forward as proof of legitimacy. But the initial case, heavy talk was on their MSB registration. Oh, we have MSB registration, we are legitimate. Who is behind the company? Show us the face, give us a name, and let's do our investigations. Now we are asking these things, but these people just come to the comment to say, look, we are making money. In fact, right now, based on the comments, I am of the strong opinion that a lot of these people, promoters, actually know what they are getting into. A lot of the promoters seem to know that it's a Ponzi scheme and it's bound to end at some point. But the thing is, when it ends, will you be caught unawares? Are you also aware of what you are doing? The essence of this platform remains to share the truth, carry out the forensic investigation, and tell you our findings. And if we ask these questions, we expect the promoters or those who so believe in the platform to at least ask the same questions to your your managers and your bosses, right? Your bosses, if you have any. So ask the same questions and let them give you a satisfactory response. Don't come here and you just want to be a keyboard warrior and you just type all manner of things like someone who is not thinking, right? You want to be able to listen to the questions we're asking, watch the video more than once so that you understand what we are saying. Understand how Ponzi scheme works first, right? It's simply robbing Peter to pay Paul. And we have seen this severally. Go and check our previous investigations on other platforms that have crashed now, right? You see that these are the same issues we saw with other platforms, and we are seeing it here as well. So that's what we are saying. We are not really coming after your source of livelihood, right? We are just telling you to ask the right questions so that you do not recruit people blindly into a possible scam. Thank you for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.